Pro Wrestling Show. Well, Pro Wrestling Show we have for you as we continue WWE's New Year's Knockout Week. We'll continue with SmackDown, concluding with SmackDown. As SmackDown had an old pay-per-view WWE used to do way back in the day called New Year's Revolution. And what a New Year's Revolution it was. You see right here. A number one contenders match to determine the triple threat match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Championship between AJ Styles, Randy Orton, LA Knight. AJ Styles and Randy Orton know the thing or two of holding the WWE Championship. Did they do it again? And LA Knight had a brief taste recently with Roman to get a shot at the title. LA Knight gets back to glory and head to the Royal Rumble coming up. Also, too, more stuff coming up. We told on SmackDown is Charlotte Flair on Wrestling Hot Topics. She's out with an injury. Charlotte Flair had surgery in Birmingham, Alabama. We'll talk about that as well as the Triple H with the announcements. Even with WWE with the merger, the UFC with the sports team, Triple H had a huge announcement as well regarding the big summer weekend. We'll talk about it coming up. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. As we get to the SmackDown ring report for the New Year's Revolution special, SmackDown was that. As you see right here, the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will make a appearance on SmackDown. Roman Reigns has been called out by you know who, the great one, The Rock. Roman Reigns, along with his crew of Jimmy, Solo, and his and the tribal chief himself. So we're going to get things started with this. Roman Reigns, the undisputed champion, starts off SmackDown after Kayla Braxton had made mention to him that, hey, did you hear what The Rock said about you? What's your response? Roman Reigns really didn't have no response. He just got in the car and just started laughing at his own cousin, The Rock. Paul Heyman even started laughing. Then Heyman elaborated a little bit later on in the show that but Rock is not ready for 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 Roman Reigns. And he's saying the Rock is not relevant. Roman is just trying to do this, do that. Uh, a lot going on for Rock and Roman and stuff on how that went down. But Rock, Paul Heyman made it clear that he's not here to do what he wants to do. He's here to make move and shake. And Roman got a lot on his plate, saying that Roman has three men that wants to vie for a shot at his championship. And we told you that those three men would be John, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. They all have gripes to gripe with Roman Reigns. So we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. Well, we kick things off with this. The United States Championship match, the tournament finals between Kevin Owens and Santos Escobar. Now we find out that Logan Paul was in town too. Logan Paul made it clear he didn't care who he wrestled. But we got a sense that Logan Paul may not like this one bit. Logan Paul got to set to defend the U.S. Championship against Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. So Logan Paul will take on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens with an upset win over Santos Escobar. Kevin Owens gets the win, and Kevin Owens seals his fate going against Logan Paul for the coveted United States Championship. So we'll see that match coming to a blows coming soon. Logan Paul a little bit puzzled. He got to defend his championship. Well, another thing that came out of nowhere that we was wondering right here. The Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, I call them New Hurt Business. The New Hurt Business came out there to talk about what they were going to do for their New Year's resolutions and stuff. Well, they got interrupted by Karrion Kross and AOP, the returning AOP, along with legendary manager Paul Ellery and Scarlett. Scarlett with new brunette hair looks good on her too. Scarlett back and Paul Ellery back. It's like Heyman and Ellery, they've been managers since the 1980s, and now they're letting these two legendary managers on the same brand. You ever would thought Paul Heyman and Paul Ellery would be back? They back in 1989 WCW. Now, 35 years later, they are on a mission with teams and factions. You think about it. Ellery was in a faction with the Legion of Doom, and now Heyman in a faction with the Bloodline. History writes itself and repeats itself. But we see how this is going to go. Well, women's champion Io Sky took quick work to Mission. Mission didn't really have a chance whatsoever. Mission was trying to win, but you see, Mission came out there and won her match. Mission did what she needed to do. Mission couldn't win the match. Io Sky retains her women's championship. We're sorry, folks. Mission came back. I think Mission is gonna see that being that way and stuff. So we'll see. Well, in the back, Bianca Belair came out of nowhere and talked to Damage Control, including Bayley. Bayley said that Bayley did announce that she was declaring her intentions into the Women's Royal Rumble. Well, the others. Well, Bianca Belair claims that she's going to be entering the Women's Royal Rumble as well. Bianca Belair, former Royal Rumble winner. That's why she had got her jump start in the Royal Rumble match by winning it in 2001. That was 3 years ago. Bianca Belair skyrocketed and became women's champion at WrestleMania. Bianca want to recreate that same magic and stuff. For to do so, she got to do what she needs to do. Well, Bayley was in her way, and Bianca told Bayley, like, hey, you need to, they're trying to hold you back, girl. I think Bayley didn't take too kind and too ill of that. Well, the whole Damage Control
told Baylor, like, what you gonna do about it since you the leader of the group? Because after EO won her match tonight, EO kind of put in the work and stuff, what she needed to do. They was asking the same thing for Bianca. What Bianca was going to, what Baylor was going to do to fix that problem with Bianca. Uh, um, there wasn't no need to worry. But Baylor said she'll get it done one way or another. But we know next week Bayley will go against Bianca Belair 1-on-1. Bayley and Bianca will have a exhibition match. We'll see that exhibition match coming up next Friday on SmackDown. Well, we know this. Pretty Deadly was in the ring against Pete Dunne and his mystery partner Tyler Bate. You know, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate were once rivals. Now they have newfound respect for each other. And Pete Dunne, with the help, I really thought it was going to be Sheamus, but it wasn't going to be Sheamus. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate pinned one of the members of Pretty Deadly to get the win. Um, I guess Pretty Deadly are on a losing streak, losing to you know who. How they gonna rebound from that coming up? So hey, we'll see how it's gonna go, how it's gonna be. Well, Shanti Deonis was in the ring. Shanti Deonis asked General Manager Nick Aldis for a favor. He wants to get back to shine again. I think Shanti Deonis may shine. Shanti put out the call that he wants to be taken serious. He doesn't want to be look like a joke. I think Nick Aldis told him like, hey, we'll find something for you to do. Figure you got something going on. I think you can do something to their effect. So I think Nick Aldis wants to help Ashanti win by winning some way. I think Ashanti may have to do so in that limelight and stuff. How he's gonna win back. So we'll see how this is gonna go for Shanti Adonis. Might have a new persona. You never know. You never know. That fit. So we'll see how it's gonna go for Shanti the Adonis and stuff. Well, we told you the main event that well Shanti Adonis and Nick Aldis, how that's gonna play out and stuff coming forward and stuff. But you got to wonder, with Shanti Adonis, I think his teammate from the other federation, he's doing pretty well for himself. I think this time he probably needs to take a cue from what's his name, Spurs Strickland, to get back onto the run and get back into contention sooner rather than later. So we'll see how that's gonna go for Shanti Adonis. I think he's a good wrestler. They just don't want to lose no hope in him and stuff. So we'll see how that's gonna go for him. How it's gonna be for him heading to that direction and stuff. Okay, we'll see. So, okay, so we'll see how this is gonna go. So, well, it was the main event. The main event of the evening was a triple threat match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Championship between AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and LA Knight. We know that AJ Styles wants to get revenge on Roman Reigns, but he has to take out. He has two men, each man standing beside each other, want a shot at the WWE title. But we know that everyone has access to grind with Roman, and Roman doesn't have no access to grind with them. But Roman don't care. Well, Roman Reigns came out down the middle of the match and decided to take matters in his own hand and try to literally destroy all three men. And it caused a chain reaction. Roman destroyed every man one by one until it was the last final man. But when he got to whoever, it went down watch while Nick Aldis was watching and seeing for himself. No, he couldn't do nothing. Roman believes he's running SmackDown and stuff. Roman thinks he's untouchable. Until Paul Heyman got confronted by Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis told Paul Heyman, like, hey, tell your boy that he's gonna have to fight all three men for the title. And I think Paul Heyman kind of looked at puzzled, confused, like, oh God, I got to break the news to Roman. He ain't gonna like that one bit. I think that would kind of end the show, like that cliffhanger and stuff. But you gotta wonder what that's gonna lead to Elimination Chamber for a match. And they're trying to pull back for another match. So I think getting all three men in the ring, they're all three worthy challengers. So no question about it. So it's a fatal four-way for the WWE Championship at Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns defends the championship against AJ, against Randy, and against LA Knight in a fatal four-way match. Roman has a strong 75% chance of losing his championship to one of these three men. Now the championship is really in trouble with three men gunning for you at the same time. Wow. All right, that ends the SmackDown ring report for New Year's resolution. We move on to Wrestling Hot Topics on Wrestling Hot Topics. We talking about this. A lot of Wrestling Hot Topics going on tonight. Let's see. What's the thing right here? We get right here. We're hearing reports that Braun Breaker and Cor J has broken up, split silently. Did not know this is happened. So Braun Breaker, fellow NXT stars, Braun Breaker and Cor J no longer together. I guess it was a fling and it just fizzled out. So who knows? They may get back together, may not. You never know how it's gonna go. Said we'll see how this fin fizzles out. Speaking of that, Triple H had a special announcement yesterday. He announced that WWE's coming to Toronto. You see right here, WWE's coming for the Money in the Bank weekend, as they will be heading to SmackDown, Money in the Bank, and Heat Wave. So you get SmackDown, Heat Wave, and they're all coming to Toronto. Tour jam packed. So WWE's heading to Toronto. I guess I thought it was gonna be bigger than that, but I guess that's the announcement. So hey, it's an announcement for them. Speaking of that, we're hearing reports that TKO and UFC, TKO Motors, UFC, and WWE global partnerships, the team to create a sports marketing powerhouse. But I guess they're all gonna be under one roof. So you get to see that coming up for them stuff. So hey. All right. Okay, I think in let's see, we got one more. And we got one more. Charlotte. We get to Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair announced that she had underwent surgery. She did successful surgery in Birmingham for the Dr. Andrews Medical Sports Center. Charlotte Flair rest and recovery. Just saw a video of her trying to move her legs around after surgery. So she's just trying to get herself back in, slowly healing herself so she can be the best one ever and come back stronger, better, and faster before. We're wishing a speedy recovery, not speedy, but a long recovery for Charlotte Flair coming up. So hey, that's it. All right, we're gonna leave you with Paul Heyman getting the shock of his life by general manager Nick Aldis that Roman Reigns has got to defend the championship in a fatal four-way match. Thanks for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the Collision Ring Report. See you then.